Guys, over the last several days, I felt like there's quite literally been a chain wrapped around my wrist, stuck to the campaign. But today, we break those chains and make some massive, massive free to play progress. What's going on, guys, and welcome back. Hope you've all been doing great. Let me know down below how you've been doing, either inside a raid or outside a raid. Let me know how life has been treating you. Hopefully, been going pretty well. I'll tell you what, this free to play series, the free to play account was very, very fun up until the past few days. And I'm gonna get into exactly what that was. If you're in the similar situation, you probably know. And honestly, I bet this is the time where people either one, decide to spend money, or two, decide just to quit the game. I mean, the first, I don't know, few days of raid, I had so much stuff to do, and it felt like every single time I logged in, I was making tons of progression. And I more or less, I would say I know what to do inside of raid. But the last few days, I've been doing stuff working towards getting my Elhain to 6-star, but it just takes so daggone long. But we are there. We're going to take her to 6-star today. We're going to use this guy we won from the novice tournament. He's really not going to be used anywhere else. So what better use could he have than to take our Elhain to 6-star? Now, this would have been a lot quicker. I definitely did not do this as quick as possible. Obviously, I went on vacation, back and forth, but this could have been done quicker had I not been focusing on so much on getting the Guardian Hall filled out. So Faction Guardians, High Elves, I do have all this completely filled up. Actually, I have enough to make a few extra dupes, but I probably will build a copy of Eris. And I mean, I can build these ones that are in the dupe hall right here because these champions can still be used on your account. I got to go through and organize it, but I got so many 3-star champions, so many of those dupes that I could have used to actually level up and get my Elhain to 6-star. But the downside to that would have been, well, the upside would have been a faster 6-star Elhain, but the downside would have been if I wanted to fill out the Guardian Hall for High Elves, I would either have to continue to farm Palace of Aravia for quite a bit longer because rares don't drop very frequently, right? Or just wait till I eventually pull enough rares to do that. But I decided the route of going ahead and getting enough rares to fill it all out. We got all the faction dupe bonuses from that, which is nice. Extra speed, very helpful in my apothecary. But I mean, I have a lot of high elf champions I'm going to use. Let's go in here and look at the index, which I will be clearing out all these red dots. Don't worry. But down here in the rares, we have Elhain, Eris, 2 champions. I probably will. Well, obviously, I will use Elhain, apothecary, reliquary tender. Quite a few useful champions in the high elf rare section. But man, that was quite the grind. So let's go ahead and do this. The moment that I've been waiting for so long, and I've seen a lot of people even in the comment section saying they've been grinding their 6-star, and everybody knows it's a long grind. But whenever they offer like 5-star chickens in the shop, they look so good, especially if you're not strictly free to play, right? We're gonna remove everything from Skullsworn. Technically, Skullsworn, we could save him because he is part of a fusion. I think the Rosin fusion, not a huge deal because I can always go back and farm him. I think I still have one saved, but keep in mind, any rares, anything like that you do pull, keep in mind, you may use them for the Rosin fusion or for different fusions, which I'll go over that in just a second. And I want to talk about a few things that I could have done better to definitely speed this process up a little bit. And one actually massive mistake that yesterday I logged in and I was basically doing nothing. I was having to play a big waiting game. We'll talk about that in just a second though. We're upgrading Elhain. And remember, I always said to save some brews, okay? So don't dump all your brews into all your champions. We have 26 magic brews. And this is where it's important, is because a 5-star Elhain is really good. 5-star level 50 is really good. And then a 6-star level 1 Elhain, she's going to feel a little bit weaker. But if you can throw some brews into her, get her up to, I don't know, level 30, level 40, she's going to be pretty impactful, right? We can go ahead and drop quite a bit because she's going to be so amazing. We'll get her to 35. 35, boom. That's where we're going to stop her at. Used what, 14, 15 brews? Not too bad. We're going to go ahead and ascend her as well. Man, oh man, you guys are about to see some massive progression in today's video. It's been a few days since I posted the last free-to-play video, but today we're going to have some huge progression. I mean, I couldn't really post anything else because we've just been farming Palace of Aravia. Literally every single day I log in, I check how much energy I have, I set RSL Helper up to farm Palace of Aravia, which is another thing. If you're using a mobile device only, farming for your 6-star champion, that is a long grind. I do like the multi-battles. They give you some of those for those free packs. Every now and then you get some just given to you. I think from New Year's special, we had some given out. That is nice whenever you get some extra multi-battles. So we are going to go with the War Master Tier 6 Mastery because basically War Master or Giant Slayer are the ones you're going to take if you're going for Dragon Stage 20, if you're working on Dragon Dungeon, if you're working on the Clan Boss. Any PvE content where the enemies have high HP, War Master is better if your champions do 1 to 2 hits on their A1 specifically. So Elhain's ability on her A1 is a 2-hitter. If it's a crit on the first one, hits places an extra hit. If champions have a 3-hit A1 or even abilities that hit multiple times and you could possibly justify it, this one outpaces War Master then. But all the starters, you're going to be better off with War Master, and we're going to jump into the clan boss in just a second. Before we do the clan boss, guys, I got a super big tip. Also, first off, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to leave a like. I forget to ask that all the time, but drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay updated. But the big mistake that I made was treating this account almost like my main account in a way, okay? So at first, I was getting quite a bit of mystery shards, and I'll explain what I mean. I was getting quite a bit of mystery shards. I was getting quite a few common champions, uncommon champions, and I was, kind of just wanting to rush some other levels. So what I would do is I would go, I'm opening these shards for a reason. I would go into my champion storage, and to level up my common champions, this is exactly what I do on main account, but I had quite a few commons, so I'll just come down here and feed a few common champions, okay? So I would feed quite a few, maybe give them a brew. If you give a brew plus 3 commons, you get them to level 10. I wouldn't always give them brew. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't, but I was feeding the common champions. Well, that wasn't a problem up until yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, I was grinding some experience. I think I logged in and got the 500 experience, okay, 2 days ago is when I did that. 500, sorry, not experience, 500 energy, and I had quite a bit to use, but I ran into the issue of not having enough champions to actually level because I had all these 3-star champions, which were in the faction guardians. I didn't have the extras at the time. I didn't want to take them out because then I had to farm even more to hopefully get them to drop. I didn't want to level these rare champions that I pulled from mystery shards, just luckily, because I may want to build some of those eventually. I didn't want to just sacrifice them just yet. Some of these are basically trash. I could have leveled them, but I wanted to hold off on that. I was wanting to stick to the 2-stars and the 1-star champions, but I ran out. So what I did was I went into the market. Yesterday, actually, an ancient shard popped up. I did go ahead and buy these last few market slots. I think this one was 80 gems and this one was 120. So basically, I spent 200 gems, went ahead and unlocked it. And what I had to do is buy every single mystery shard. I had to buy all these uncommon champions, which is kind of a mixed bag. Sometimes buying these uncommon champions is a really good deal. Like for me right now, I probably don't have to do it. But earlier today and yesterday, I definitely had to do it because I had absolutely no champions I could run in Palace of Aravia alongside Elhain to actually get enough stuff to level her up to get her to 6-star, on which we just now did. But luckily, that ancient shard being in the market, because for a little while I just had everything unlocked except for these ones down here. I was waiting to go ahead and get 500 gems to unlock the gem mine, but when I seen that ancient shard hidden right here, I was like, I posted on the YouTube community page as well. I was like, I have to do it. I have to go ahead and buy these slots, which are an amazing investment. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, you can buy these even sooner and it's a very solid investment. But as soon as I seen that ancient shard, I'm like, okay, I have to buy it now, which I did. Plenty of gems. We're fine. Once we hit 500 gem again, I was hoping to go ahead and fully max out the gem mine. Other than that, I'm just chilling with my gems. I don't really have any champion I'm really focused on yet outside of Elhain. So we got her to 6-star. Let's go ahead and go to the clan boss, okay? We got her to 6-star. I'm going to be working on getting my next 6-star, working on clearing the campaign, which we should do that some today, actually. But easy clan boss. This is what I wanted to show you guys, okay? So some of you may be playing and I don't really know what the big deal is of getting a 6-star champion is. Is it actually that big of an upgrade? It's a huge grind, but my level 50 Elhain is doing pretty good. Do I really need a 6-star? Well, let me show you this massive difference, okay? So 746,000 damage was my previous key on easy clan boss, okay? So 1.1 million is the total amount of damage you need to do to get the top chest. For the past few days, I've been doing both my keys. Today's key was actually pretty good, but I've been doing them and I would land on adept chest, okay? So I wasn't getting that much. Normal clan boss is over 3.6 million. I'm gonna go ahead and go into easy and show you guys how much damage we can do. Now we're missing one person. I had that ugly dude, looked like Alton's brother or something. He was on the team. Honestly, we don't even need him, okay? We're gonna do more damage without even having that. My wife's texting me. She's not really feeling good today. Let me see if anything, okay, so yeah, it's all good. Nothing super important right now, but she woke up feeling a little under the weather. I think she had some food that I think she had some broccoli specifically that may have gone bad, wasn't great, so she had a little rough night, but hey, I think she's up and eating. We got her some Sprite. She should be feeling better, so just had to check, make sure that was all good. But watch Elhain, okay? So she's in life steal gear right now, and you'll see these red numbers pop up. That's actually the damage from the War Master, okay? So it's doing a percentage of the clan boss's max HP. It is scaled down, so it's not like the full percentage. I think it should hit for like, okay, 63,000 damage. That is huge. And she heals off of that, okay? So whenever she hits those War Master hits, she's healing, what was it, just 20,000 HP? She don't even have 20,000 HP, I don't think. So she's getting full HP heal every single time she does that, which is absolutely incredible. All right. So this just shows you how, this is like just one example. Okay, we're going to have plenty. And she's level 35 right now. So keep that in mind. She's not even max level. But I'm going to throw in the campaign. And I think I can get through basically all of Brutal Campaign. Now, I might get stuck in the stages that have Force Affinity champions. May get stuck on some of those stages. May have to bring in a support champion along the way. But this is literally a night and day difference. This is the single biggest upgrade you can make to any champions. Getting your first 6-star champion who will be your campaign farmer, who will be massive, massive contributor to your clan boss damage. But you'll see when everybody dies, she'll survive many, many, many more turns. Now, a big thing is obviously how many like counterattacks she gets. If she's getting good counterattacks from her retribution procs, which most starter champions, you're probably going the support and the offense tree. So you may not be having those retribution procs, which basically if the clan boss deals certain percentage of her max HP, she'll counterattack or she has a chance of counterattacking, which can proc War Master and heal her up fully, basically. 70,000 damage there. But you can see we more than cleared the amount of damage needed to one key the easy clan boss, okay? Now, the easy clan boss is not a huge deal. Obviously, we want to progress past that as soon as possible. But now this allows me to go, okay, I can use one key on easy clan boss. I can use the needed amount of keys, which may be 2 keys on normal clan boss. So it's 3 keys. My 4th key, I could even put it on hard clan boss, okay? And that's just with Elhain going to 6-star. You can already see, okay, you had a poison champion. Now, Kale, the poisons don't actually heal him. So you don't get the healing from the poisons, but you already know that from using Kale on the clan boss. But it'd be very, very similar. He's going to go from doing really good to now doing absolutely amazing with all the starters. Same, very, very similar, if not the same result. Obviously, Kale being a poisoner, he's going to do more damage across all the different levels of the clan boss. But now I can actually start doing the different clan boss levels because my Elhain is good enough to easily 1 key easy, go to normal. I think we can move through that pretty quickly. But look, she's at what, 25% HP? That War Master proc on the counterattack, boom, full HP, no problem. Obviously, if the clan boss one-shots her, then she's dead. But she did 2.4 million damage by herself. Earlier, I did 700,000 damage with the whole team. So that's insane. Okay, we have the top damage here. Obviously, overshot the needed amount. But there you go. That's just one example. A level 35 too, okay? Once she gets to level 60, she's going to have higher base stats. I mean, at level, right now she has 11,475 base HP, 665 base defense. Let's see what she's like when she's fully leveled up. So it's going to go to 14,000, so about 3,000 more HP, and then about 200 more defense on her base, okay? So all those percentage stats I have will be building off of that base. That's so good, all right? Let's jump into the campaign, guys. Hopefully, if you were wondering, hey, should I just keep investing on all these 6-star champions? No. Or all these 5-star champions, level 50? No. You will absolutely see a much bigger difference if you just take one champion, take them to 6-star. It is such a grind. I know. Raid is making it easier than it was before, but man, oh man, it is still quite the grind, okay? It's still definitely a grind. Let's see if she can move through this area pretty easy. This was a pretty hard sticking point for me. So the last few days, I've been just getting rolled over by this area. These ally attacking things were very, very rough. Now, in the campaign, she's going to have a big difference, especially when she gets closer to level 60. But War Master, except for on the boss stages, doesn't have as big of an impact. Like on the clan boss, you see she's fully healing, all that kind of stuff. It's still very, very good, but the percentage HP here is much smaller on these enemies. Hence the reason why she failed that one. So some of these stages, I'm going to have to throw in a second champion, which now that I am fully leveled up, now that she's all good to go, I can start throwing in these champions who I'm going to start leveling up to 50. A lot of these people, so like I still want to focus on another 6-star champion, but a lot of these champions I can take to 50 and leave them. So like Apothecary, okay, I can take him to 50 and he can chill there for quite a while. My next 60, I don't think I have the champion I want to take to 60 yet. I'm going to hold off on my next shard pull session. I'm just going to work on getting some more 5-star foods, maybe take Apothecary to 5-star to help me get through the campaign, clear all that. If I didn't have Apothecary, maybe I would take War Priest I think can do it at 40. I'll have to see. Maybe build her up in some pretty tanky gear so she can survive. The nice thing with support champions is that you don't have to rush those champions to level 60 because as long as they can survive, they're going to do their job. Whereas with damage dealers like Elhain, War Maiden, not so much, she's more of a debuffer, but similar situation. Those champions need to deal damage, and as you get them higher level, once you get them to 6-star, they unlock War Master, which is a huge tier 6 mastery. As we could see, the damage dealers I guess, rely on being 6-star more than a support champion. As long as a support champion survives, they're fine. So a lot of times I prioritize at least my first 2 60s to be damage dealers versus support champions. So debuffers, same thing. They can, as long as they're surviving, they're doing their job. So if you ever wonder, hey, what champion should take the 6-star next? Keep in mind, damage dealers get a little bit more value, in my opinion, especially in the early game, because getting to 60 unlocks their better masteries and just they get more overall value, I feel like, from it. So just now having War Maiden in here, doing the decreased defense does help out quite a bit. I do have to make sure all my teams are speed tuned, but once we do that, no problem. Another thing, the arena is going to be so much better because one, I can start building up a few champions to start putting into my 3v3 teams, because before I had Elhain in a team. Sometimes she would do good, sometimes she wouldn't by herself, but now she can probably solo most teams who are like level 40, maybe even 50 or below. She can be in a team by herself. And then she can also, I can have 2 other teams built with other damage dealers built around not having Elhane in there. So I might be able to get 2 wins instead of just 1 before. I've just been farming very casually in 3v3, doing the refreshes. If there's any easy defenses up, I go ahead and hit them. If not, not a big deal. I do try to spin my coins, but I don't always get to do it. I'm going to try to grind through all this campaign as quickly as possible. I do think I can 3-star all the campaign now. May have to get Elhane a little bit higher in level. We're going to go ahead and let this finish because we do get experience from it either way. May have to get Elhane a little bit higher in level. I can always throw in War Priest, I do believe. May even have to get her Ascended. May have to get her 3-star Ascensions. Go ahead, maybe get some of her stuff leveled up. As long as she can survive the hits, she's going to be perfectly fine. She has what? She has 19,000 HP. Elhane is 6-star. She has 24,000. So the difference between their HP isn't massive, even though their base HP is a little bit. So all we need to do is keep her alive, and it should be perfectly fine. War Priest is going to be easier to keep alive than War Maiden, even though War Maiden does have a pair of Swift Parry gear, a set Swift Parry gear on. So we'll have to see what I do there. I'll let you guys know as I start progressing through the campaign. I know I used to do it, I think, with a 4-star War Priest and go through basically all the campaign just with her, more or less. Now, this little thing right here, let's go ahead and make a quick tweak. So when I did my Faction Guardian upgrade, my Spirit Host was actually just right on the edge of being speed tuned with my team. But when I did the Faction Guardian upgrade, my Spirit Host broke speed tune. So what I'm going to do, by speed tuning, I mean, I wanted Apothecary to go first, and then I wanted Spirit Host to go second before War Maiden so she could get the increased attack before War Maiden did her ability. It's a little bit of extra damage, not a huge deal, but that little bit could go a long way. But the increased attack was huge for Elhane. But when I got that +3 extra speed, it made Elhane become 164 versus 161, and then Spirit Host was left at 160. So now Spirit Host is at 171. War Maiden is at 170. Okay, so Spirit Host is a little bit faster. We got to check the base speed. It should be fine. So it's all good there. And then my Apothecary is at 211 speed. So everything should go good here. Should be smooth. Should get the most damage we possibly could. This is where Arena starts to get more and more fun. When you're actually getting teams, when you're actually built and geared to the point where you can one-shot pretty consistently. You are having a solid team, and it makes sense, right? This actually feels a lot better. I'm going to probably set this up on my defense. Actually, I think it already is. I've been running a 1-person defense just for some easy arena farming. But now that my Elhane is 6-star, I'll go ahead and set that as my defense. I think the presets are all correct. Do keep that in mind if you do set a defense. If some of your champions on auto don't run correctly, just go into your defense, click on your defense, hit this little button right here, and it'll bring up some preset options. And say, for example, your Apothecary wasn't using this boon of speed on his first turn. So go ahead and set that to first choice or opener, either one, whatever one you want. War Maiden, I always want her to use Crumbling Blast first. I can set that as opener. Either one's perfectly fine. Elhane, I always want her to use this ability, and I actually do. She usually uses Lightning Arrow on auto, so I want Elhane to use Valley of Death instead. So boom, now she will do that. And then I want Spirit Host to always use this first. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now the defense will actually perform like I want them to, and I do keep my Spirit Host pretty low level because I want people to scroll through and be like, oh, it's a level 15 Spirit Host. That's not a big deal at all. I'll go ahead and beat that team pretty easily. And then they go in and it's actually speed tuned, actually functioning correctly, a very fast Apothecary. That's kind of my goal, my kind of thought process behind that. If you can bait people into attacking your team, you can definitely climb up in the ranks even quicker. Now, assuming you're kind of where you're supposed to be. If you're like in gold 4, but you should actually be in gold 1, then baiting people to attack your defense is just going to result in them winning and you going back to where you're supposed to be. I've heard the arena, mixed opinions. So far, the arena seems fairly easy for me. Granted, I'm in bronze. I was in bronze 4. I was in silver 2 was getting a little tricky then, but my Elhain was not 6-star, okay? My War Maiden just got resisted by Simple over here. So I don't want that. We're going to have to fix her accuracy. I think she has an accuracy chest plate on, so I will get that situated. But with that said, guys, let me know how you've been progressing in your free-to-play accounts if you're playing one. The clan, I've had a lot of people asking if they could jump into the clan. If we get some spots, I'll try to let you guys know. If not, if you send me a message on Discord, if you like see space in the clan, if you send me a message on Discord, I should be able to help you out. I think if you even search the clan Rockpile, Raukpile, or Ty2P, you should be able to see if members are offline for 3 days. And when people go offline for 3 days, we have one person pretty close on 2 days and one person at 1 day. If they go offline for 3 days, then we'll have a spot open up. If you notice that, feel free to shoot me a DM on Discord. I'll try to get you guys in first come, first serve basis. So there's no necessarily formal wait list. It just happens if it happens. But with that said, guys, we're going to have a lot of content coming out on the free-to-play series over the next little bit of time, because getting your first 6-star literally opens up so many things. Fast farming, much better clan boss, much smoother arena content. It's a world difference. Trust me, an absolute world difference. And I'm super excited for this. Maybe we even build up this guy right here eventually. Look at this guy. He's been playing for a long time. He has Simple plus Ninja, and he's still chilling out in this arena. I think he's probably quit the game or just farming them low level, those free sponsored legendaries basically. But nonetheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. One thing before we go, video's getting a little bit long, but today was worth it. Okay, we had such a huge boost in getting that. It's like I felt as if I was like in chains the last few days, like in chains. I'm just chained to this stage. Now, when I was doing this, I didn't mention it, but I did do the stage 7 a lot. I did stage 6 a lot. I actually got 5 pair of 5-star speed boots, which are crazy. I did the glove stage quite a bit, looking for HP percentage. Defense percent's okay as well. Crit rate, the 3 ones I was looking for. Chest plate, I didn't do the chest stage very much. I maybe should jump back in there and do that, looking for accuracy, HP percent, defense percent, attack percent, maybe not so much because not very many nukers are going to be able to fit into attack percent this early in the game. They're going to need to survive a little bit more. But that's what we were doing there. Now, I think that was all I was going to say. I think there was one more thing I was wanting to mention, but I guess I forgot. I guess it just slipped my mind completely. I don't know. If I remember it, I'll try to leave it in a comment down below or something like that. But nonetheless, we got a lot of progress happening. I don't know if I can solo that champion. Maybe they're pretty decent. But either way, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to be progressing through the missions as soon as I can. Upgrade 2 champions level 50. We will get that very, very soon, maybe within the next day or two. But either way, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.